Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of the FIFA 22 Ultimate Team Road to Glory. We are back again for another episode. It is episode 114, and in today's episode we're going to be, of course, qualifying for the Weekend League once again. We finished last weekend, well, we literally finished it in the last episode. We got 11 and 3, got 3 red player picks, of course, and we got ourselves Trippier, Ward-Prowse and Mitrovic 386s, which was really, really nice. But then we just put them straight into an 86 plus red pick and got ourselves Variety, so that was fantastic. But anyway, in today's episode, like I said, we are going to be, of course, moving into these FUT Champions playoffs, and this is the first team that we're going to play. It's got himself 5 icons in there. He's got obviously Drogba, he's got Lampard, Zola, Ballack, and as well as Ashley Cole. But as you can see, I don't know if you can tell, but we're not using our main team. I accidentally went into this using my Bradford City team that I used for quitting games in FUT Champs, obviously to give people free wins and stuff when I finish my weekend. So I just thought, you know what, as a bit of a joke, we'll just go for it. We'll see what happens, and we'll just obviously played it with these players and just have a little bit of a laugh. And to be fair, they weren't too bad. To be fair, I am using a couple of these players out of position and stuff. Like, I don't have the best of the best in, like, if that makes sense, for the Bradford City players. Like, I've got Andy Cook and stuff on my bench, and like, I don't have the best players for the team, if that makes sense, because I just put the rejects in it for this. I don't know if that made any sense, but basically, long story short, we go 1-0 down, then we go 2-0 down, because that's a great ball into Drogba, and he's just tapped it off the post and it's in. But then we get a chance from our goal kick, our kick-off. But Issa, he might as well just be on the treatment table in this game as well as in real life, because that were terrible. And unfortunately, we do go 3-0 down, and the boys in blue come away with a victory, because I decided to just rage quit after that point. Like, there was literally no point carrying on, because obviously I was going to get beat. So anyway, move on into the first actual proper game that we're going to play with our main team, and this is what we're going to face. It's not a bad side to face, to be fair. It's got that I believe it's Luis Felipe at centre back, the player moments, so that's going to be interesting to see how he does, obviously, against like the likes of Kylian Mbappe. And Kylian Mbappe, speaking of that man, he gets himself on the score sheet, 20 minutes on the clock, a brilliant finish there. And then we're going to push through once again. It's Mo Salah this time. It's a brilliant goal again. So this time go 2-0 up inside 22 minutes, and then he pushes through with Kaka and squares it across to Hadji, and he gets the goal there. So it's now back to 2-1, and obviously we've got a bit of a game potentially on his hands. But you know, when you've got the likes of Neymar up front with Mbappe, you're going to be all right. Of course you are, because as you can see, we do score there. And again, we look to threaten his goal once again. It's Roberto Carlos to win the ball back. Neymar's then got it on the edge of the box. He finds Salah, he scores on his weaker foot. We're now 4-1 up into the 64th minute, and that's all she wrote for that one, because he's going to go ahead and quit. Like in the Weekend League, we got a lot of quits, and we actually got a lot of quits in playoffs as well, which is interesting, and obviously you'll see that in the coming games. So that's the first win done. Obviously technically the second game, but the first game we've properly played, should I say. So moving on into the third game then, or technically second, however you want to look at it. This is what we're going to face. He's got the Ice Pulisic, I believe it is. He's got obviously a flashback name, a lot of people do. He's got Petit and as well as Van Persie. He's got a Totti Lower up front as well. I should have probably said him first. He's probably the best player on the team. But anyway, he does get a red card, 13 minutes on the clock, and I thought he was going to quit, but he didn't, to be fair to the kid. And we do go 1-0 up just 2 minutes after that red card, and it's going to be Neymar to get the goal there to put us, of course, 1-0 up. And then chipping it into the box, we score a nice little acrobatic goal there by the boy Kylian Mbappe to put us 2-0 up, should I say. Then 3-0 up, it's going to be Neymar to score that one, and then once again, as you can see, he paused the game, and we're going to get a quit out of him, which is very good. And then obviously we can just move on, and we got 2 more wins to go and get, and then obviously we can just quit 2 or 1 game or whatever it is, and then we'll end the playoffs. So now moving on into that game then, this is what we're going to face. He's got himself a Neymar, he's got Flashback Icardi, he's got George Best and stuff, so it's quite a nice team once again. But obviously our team still out teams it, so we push it to the edge of the box. We find Neymar into Salah, and he goes 1-0 up. Well, we go 1-0 up by Mo, putting us that goal up inside 35 minutes. So decent start. But then moving on into the second half, he's going to be the side that's threatening to obviously get that goal, to obviously put him back into the game. It's going to be George Best with a short corner to Neymar. He skins my left back and centre back, and unfortunately we are going to not concede there. Don't you worry, we're going to get on the break. we're going to try chip it over the top, and it is, and it's going to be the boy Mo Salah, and he's in, and what's he going to do? He's going to chip, no, he's not going to chip the goalkeeper. That would have been fantastic if that had gone in the back of the net. But what a ball that was, by the way, by Neymar. I don't know why, that's kind of why I kept the clip in, to show you that chance there. But what a ball that was. Anyway, carrying on with this attack, we get the ball with Neymar on the edge of the box, and he's going to be the one to get the goal, not be the assist provider, but he does get that goal, and he would have been a penalty anyway if he didn't score, because, you know, he got absolutely taken out there in the box. But anyway, he does round the goalkeeper and actually misses in the 75th minute, and after that he decided, you know what, we're going to quit, we're not going to get back in this game. He literally had the best opportunity of the game there, and obviously he's gone ahead and fluffed his lines and missed his chance, and that obviously means that we're now up to 17 points, which means we've got enough now to quit 3 games in a row, and then obviously we can get ourselves the qualification we need for the next weekend. So that is pretty much going to be that for that side of things. As you can see, now we've got those points sorted, and then obviously we'll just end the participation. So opening these rewards, then I can't remember what you get. You get 2 red golds and a small prime gold players pack. Just not great rewards, is it really? It's not the best, put it that way. So we're going to now open these rewards, and hopefully, you know, like I said, we can see something decent. I would like to get a couple of boards in there to put us maybe over 600k. That would be quite nice. So the first pack there gave us a goalkeeper, and it was going to be Bernd Leno. Not the greatest of starts. It's an 83 rated keeper. Second one then, hopefully, you know, just want to see 1 board. That would be fantastic. We do get a board here. Hopefully it's an 84 plus. It's actually going to be an 83 in Lamar, so not the best. We do get Jurgen Klopp in there as well, which is quite interesting. We will actually keep him just because why not, in case we need a manager. And then the final one then, can we get 4,000 coins to put us over 600k? Let's find out. Well, it's not going to look likely. It's a non-board, but we still might get enough coins. Well, yes we are, because we've got a shadow in there, which is going to give us like what, 3,000-4,000 coins, and that obviously means we're going to push over the total, which we nearly did anyway. So that's quite nice. But anyway, we are going to now move on into a draft. Now, as you can see, we've got 475k again. This is because we did the draft before we opened all the rewards and stuff. I just didn't show you it. So what are the formations we're going to choose from? Well, you know, we've decided to go for the 4-3-2-1, and the first man that we get is going to be Neymar, so that's obviously quite a nice start to the draft. Then we've got the choice of Tim Cahill or Yilmaz. I've gone with Yilmaz because, you know, he links to Neymar, which obviously just made sense at the time. And then we get ourselves Ferran Torres, which is brilliant to see. It looks actually quite nice. Not going to lie, obviously the striker card looks better than his right wing, but even still, you know, it's still quite a nice card. We're then going to get ourselves Kante in there just because he's quite OP. I probably could have, you know, picked the Chem over the Kante, but I decided to go with Kante, you know, because we probably will get some other players to stick in there. For example, we've got ourselves Danilo Pereira, which obviously is going to give Neymar quite a lot of chemistry in as well. João Cancelo could have gone in there to obviously help, but we decided to go for Robertson in case we get Team of the Year Cancelo on the reserves, or the bench of course. So moving on into the centre backs, we got Davinson Sanchez for the first one, and then the second one we'll get ourselves Araujo, who obviously will help if we get say De Jong in centre mid, you know, get Ferran Torres full chem. We'll also get obviously Araujo on decent chem if we get obviously some links around him, which is very, very good to see. So moving on into the subs now, we get ourselves a informed goalkeeper, well, a couple of informed goalkeepers should I say, but we do choose Matt Ryan for the one to obviously basically play for us. Then we get Pau Torres, which is an upgrade on the centre back. Then Tomiyasu pops out. He looks quite decent. He could play centre backs for us in game. Moving on into the next couple of picks, then we're going to get ourselves David Silva in there. He's going to go centre mid at the current sort of way things are looking. Then we get ourselves Smith Rowe, which as you see was on the thumbnail, so that is why he's in the team, and obviously that's why he's in the draft sort of thing. So then we get ourselves Gabriel Jesus. So we're getting a couple of Prem players here. Nothing too crazy though, because obviously we still not got like the team of the years or anything, but we get ourselves a couple of decent players in there before we get Jeremy Boga. Then we get ourselves De Bruyne, so we're kind of building quite a bit of a Prem sort of side here. I'm not going to lie to you. Mahrez is there popping out as well, so we might actually just bang all the Prem players in the team to start with, and then obviously we'll change it around in game, which is what we actually did. So I'm pretty sure we put Mahrez, we put Jesus on, we put like a centre mid up front or something, and then we decided to obviously bring the subs on. So we put Smith Rowe right forward, I believe. We put Neymar up front, and then we put ourselves one of the other attackers, obviously up front, whichever ones there were, I can't actually remember now. But anyway, to start this game, this is potentially the final. I'm just going to let it play out. I'm only going to show you one game from this draft. As you can see, we do go 1-0 down now through N'Golo Kante, 5 minutes on the clock. So yeah, as you can see, we had actually Lingard at left forward to start the game, and that were it. Ferran Torres, he was the one that obviously came on to play left forward, and he did actually score for my opponent, and he got the striker version, did this lad, so you know, obviously shows that he's quite good. But Smith Rowe, then he's going to get himself a score sheet. He's going to get himself a goal to put himself on the score sheet to make it 2-1, and hopefully if we can get the next goal, we've got the opportunity to obviously go into extra time. But unfortunately, Trincao was just a little bit good, and unfortunately he's going to break the hearts of our team, and unfortunately that means we are going to lose the game from that goal. Or are we? Well, let's have a look. We do get a goal back in the 92nd minute, a minute over the extra time, but unfortunately that is all she wrote for that one. He's actually going to be Ferran Torres to score there, but he's just a little bit too late, and of course unfortunately we are going to end up falling to defeat. So unfortunately for us there, we do end up losing, and that was actually in the 3rd round, so not too great, and obviously the packs weren't great enough to show you. So anyway, that's going to pretty much wrap up this episode. So if you enjoyed the video, give it a like, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and I'll catch you in this video next week. Peace.